let's try another fun setup in my journal today. And if you would like to see how these cute pages come together, keep it right here. What's up, everyone? This is Priya here. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning. And if this is the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Here I share tips, ideas, and inspiration to make your planner and journal spreads pretty and functional. As you can see, I have my journal. This one, I'm getting my last set of pages are ready to be prepped. And I wanted to do a horizontal touch door this time. And this was the last setup I did. Another vertical one. This was a collab with Marisol. That video is already up. Thank you to everybody who watched my video and checked out Marisol's as well. I'm super excited to be back doing the collabs. It's a great way of teaming up with other creative folks. And I'm using my sticker books from Mojo Jojo Plans, a couple of them to lay that flat, the journal, so that I can have some stability. And I have my usual tools, my gyro cut, my self-healing cutting mat, and of course the journal is from Happy Planner. And this pre-cut washi tapes, a couple of them from the washi tape shop are out. And I have the ghostly goodies, and I have a couple of the older ones also here. And I don't end up using this particular one, but the other spooky ones, of course, you see. And the lace washi again, I don't think I end up using that. And I think I will get started with the ghostly goodies. And I have the black and white washi tapes also from the washi tape shop. And my code Priya10 can earn you 10% off at the washi tape shop. Planything, and a few other shops. I'll have all that information linked. And this washi tape is pre-cut, so it's really easy to use them whenever you feel like it, because you don't have to individually cut them out. It's already done for you. And there are so many elements, but since this is an A5, I thought this was some of those elements at least were actually too big, and I definitely want to use these alphas. And yeah, so just after those alphas and numbers, then just the alphabet, sorry, that's where you have one repetition, and then it comes back to many more repetitions in that same roll. So you have a lot of goodies here, mostly slightly bigger. And first I thought I would just go with this one, but looks like I'm having to reach for this Halloween fun from Planything. When I last checked, this was still available to pick up. And again, my code can be used at that store also. But sadly, as of the time of editing, the shipping to the US has not resumed. I'm hoping, and I really hope it does happen soon, that the shipping resumes. And I will have all that information down in the description. You might incur some extra import duties whenever that happens, I guess. If there are no changes, I honestly have no idea. So as of now, I'm using what I have in my stash. And this was, I think I'm starting from the back this time. And sometimes I like to start from the front. Sometimes I like to start from the back. But again, this turned out very cute. And I did switch things up midway. So this was, again, as you can see, it is just a matter of picking it up and placing it on the page. And as you can see, the elements from two different shops, two entirely different rolls or stickers come together very effortlessly in this setup. And for now, I'm just going to keep that aside. because I would like to have this, just this for my first Dutch door. So I'm going with this black and white washi set, and that's part of the Pixel Dash washi tape set from the washi tape shop. And I think, yeah, I think the this one would look better. It looks kind of like a squiggly lines. And let me just trim off the very tip so that it can sit snug along the spine. And since this is a lined journal from Happy Planner, if you want to check out anything from Happy Planner, I have my affiliate link in the description, and I would really, really appreciate your support if you decide to do so. Just like any other small business, I do earn a small cut, and I'm an affiliate for, and it comes to me at absolutely no cost to you. So your support would be greatly appreciated. So that is our first Dutch door, and I will be going ahead and cutting that page out and onto my gyro cut and the self-healing cutting mat, which always come in handy. And I'm going to press down firmly because that's the only thing I did differently from the last video. Last time I felt that the blade had gone a bit blunt, but looks like I was not pressing hard enough. That's all there was. And not somebody, a few folks reached out to me asking what the sharpening would take. And I did do my research on that because I like to answer the questions that I get asked. So, looks like replacing the blade would be the easiest and the most economical way of doing it without having to compromise on the quality of your cut. So, I did not have to replace a blade, but I think I will keep an eye out for the replacements, which don't come cheap either. So, if you are ever in that situation, keep your eyes open, keep your eyes out, and you will be able to get hold of a replacement. So that is our first Dutch door, and that small scissors usually come in handy for such tight spaces because as we're nearing the end of the journal, it is always tough as most people have their journals quite chunky by that point, and I deliberately make sure that I pick elements to make sure that that does not happen. So I usually don't have that issue, but it is always tight towards the spine. So I find that these smaller scissors are quite handy, and these scissors are from Journal Say, along with that paper clip you see. And I'm using that tree to go behind there because I did not have another matchy shape with another fall house. So that is usually quite helpful, especially since we can repurpose these branches to fill some of that white space we have. And this is going to be, it's not hard. You see what I'm doing here? And these are, I really like how creative you can get with these, right? Because you can have any sorts of weird shapes and all that with all these trees and elements. So it is nice that we can play around with some of that white space we have. And I like to keep it simple, but again, filling some of that white space we have. And let's see, what do we need now? And we will have some more of those spooky houses and all these elements we have going on in the other pages also. And some of these kitties also can come in. And some of these kitties really look cute, so they will come in later. And what else can we bring in? I think another house would make more sense. Let's just finish the floor of the back page. And this is something, I think that pattern really makes it look interesting. I'm glad I picked this one. And nothing too overpowering, but yet making it look a bit blended with the rest of the elements we have. And that washi cutter really helps make that washi sit snug against the spine. So I think that first Dutch door really did come together fairly easily. What do you say? Just let me know in the comments if you have tried something like this before. And again, this Halloween one, I had been wanting to try this arch thing for some time. So I'm glad I decided to make some changes towards the end. And let's see, maybe a couple of the bats. This bat especially. Hmm. Yeah, that looks more like it. Without anything having to be cut off to fit into the space. And we have, I think, I will take a few of the bats. Sorry, I didn't realize it was getting fully covered. But we have a few of those bats, which again, you can do some sticker surgery and make it fit the space we have available. So I think that did come together much cuter than what I had thought. So now what else can we bring for the next element? So for the next page, I think we need a pop of orange so that it can look very contrasting right next to each other. So instead of going for the one with bats, I think picking something that is just a house with definitely some pop of orange would make more sense. And that's a perfect size. Just trying to make sure it is placed in a position that it can be fully visible, because I would hate for some of these details to be cut off. And also, it has to be sitting pretty much where that line would be with the washi tape. And I think it'll come out perfectly once we cut it. And I might also bring in a couple of the other elements. Just trying to straighten that out, move that a bit down so that it can sit right there. And sometimes you do have to position it and reposition it to make sure that it is just at the same level. And when I last checked this washi tape set, this black and white one with all sorts of useful patterns on them, is still available, that set. It comes as a full set, so you have different patterns, right from musical notes to all these squiggly little lines to ribbons, all sorts of things. So now we will bring in one of these bats, which I think can sit right there without taking up too much of the space and yet bringing in some of that black element. So I think it does come out really perfect here. And I think with some more pressure, which was much needed, but because you're talking about a 160 GSM nice thick paper, so you have that quality. And the paper is quite thick, so you need to put in that extra effort. And the gyro cut is just perfect for that. But whenever you pick the gyro cut, I know it's kind of slightly expensive than most other tools you would otherwise need in your paper crafting. But if you are into paper crafting, I would say that that money is totally worth it. You do not want to pick up the knockoffs. I know there are lots of knockoffs in the market. So please do not get the cheaper ones. It's definitely worth those few extra bucks. So now we have the next Dutch door cut out, and then let's see what can we bring in here. So we have similar shapes, but again, the size will be slightly smaller, but I think it's okay. Again, I want that pop of orange. So I will go ahead and place it right there. And also, we will get another bat. So, because these washi tapes have the patterns repeating, I think it's easy to go grab the elements which look kind of similar. So that's our bat. And yeah, I think it's really coming together very well. Again, having that down straight would be prettier. And I can leave it as such, but I think just with that tiny overlap, I think it does look better once you have that trimmed. And with these patterns going all different directions with the squiggliness, I think you would not make out that it's two different pieces that are coming together at the spine. And I think that did come out really pretty. So on to the last Dutch door now. So let me know how you're liking this, how you are enjoying the process, and what you like to do for your Halloween spreads. Do you like to make it really spooky, really creepy? Because I don't do a lot of creepy stuff because that's just not me. And I like to keep a bit of the cuteness alive with my spreads. So that is why it gets kind of in between, somewhat cutesy, somewhat, you can't even say creepy because, yeah, I go for the more cuter angles. So that is the last or the very first set of pages. And now I would really like to spell spooky. And this is when really things get going in a different direction. So I want to have that written as an arch, but then I'm just going ahead and placing that roughly in the space we have. And we need two O's, so I will have to go and open the next set of tapes just to grab that O, because there's only one O in that set, which is okay. I I need not reach for multiple alphabets every time. So just trying to make sure that I have that placement right. And we can always go back and adjust the spacing. And since these are the washi tape stickers, the pre-cut washi tapes, I think the repositioning is a breeze. And yeah, it's not perfect, but I think it's doable. And we have some of the other elements which we can combine now. And we are trying to make sure I pick the elements carefully because I almost went ahead and started cutting, but then I thought some of the repositioning is required. So, yeah, I'm just trying to make some quick decisions on that. Yeah, that definitely helps. And I think it's okay now, right? So, let's get to the cutting part. And I almost, not almost, I did go ahead and cut through the top part of the page. And what else? Yeah, you can see that I'm going really heavy handed here. And I definitely wanted to do the inside also. So let's do the inside. And you will notice that the cutting has become easier. It's just a matter of pressing it down a bit more firmer. And if you like journals in other sizes, say a B5, a square, a B6, A6, or even the traveler's notebook size, I think Arch and Olive is your best bet. They have amazing quality products, and they have pens and washi tapes, and their Halloween box and the subscription box from September were just stunning. If you have not had a chance to pick them or check them out, please do so. So now I have that portion cut out, and I realized I did not want to cut the outside edge also. So I will just keep it at that, and let's now finish off that edge, and then we can get decorating with the rest of the white space we have. And yeah, let's just bring in some more layers and just build that depth. The rough framework is done, and we have lots of these cute elements which we can bring in now. And yeah, let's just make sure that we do not combine a whole lot of elements. And the spider webs can definitely come in and cover some of that white space. And it will also help hide some of that cut edges, because I did not want to emphasize on those cuts on the outer portion of the spooky. So we will just combine it, use that strap right there just to finish that off, because that's all the piece is left on that. And we have the next one. Yeah, I think that looks better. And if you are keen on checking out creative things and exploring what fun things you can do and experiment with in your planners or journals, please make sure that you take a moment to subscribe to my channel and you turn on that bell notification so that you can be sure you would not miss out on any of the fun videos coming. And if you would like to see other fun ideas to try, especially for your Halloween and the fall spreads, and even any season for that matter, I do have my Instagram loaded with pictures. It's a lovely, supportive, and creative community to hang out with. So definitely check that out and give me a follow there. So that is some of the white space being filled. And there are lots of these cute kittens and all sorts of costumes. And that bat actually might have to move up a bit so that this guy can stand right there. And yeah, that does layer very well. You see what I mean? And this is just a matter of adding elements to build those layers. And look at that kitten. It was just flying like a witch. And I think, yeah, she or he needs to be up in the air, right? Yeah, let's just put him aside. And we have some more of the white space to be filled right here. So we will go ahead and add one small house can go right next to that tree. We're going to pick something a bit more creepy looking. Not exactly creepy, but a bit more spooky. And let me know what your favorite thing about this whole theme is, because I know it's not for everybody, and there are lots of people who do not celebrate it just like me. Yeah, there goes the kitten. But I find it as a creative outlet and lots of fun things you can do. And it's my favorite time to take out my distress oxides. And that is the next sticker surgery. So we will see where that tree can go. Maybe, yeah, we'll just put it there for now. I think I'll go ahead and move it later on, but for now that looks like a good spot. And I have linked all the sticker books and their names in case you were wondering what their names are without getting confused. I'll have all that information down in the description so you can check it out at your leisure once you're done with the video. And I have lots of other creative setups that I have done on my channel, so please make sure that you do check out the other setups. And we have all of these banners, and we will get to some of the spider webs also. I don't know, a lot of people seem to be afraid of spiders, but I think I'm okay with that unless it's like a very poisonous kind I would rather stay away from. But I can't say I'm afraid, but yeah, I need not have very close interactions with any poisonous kind, but I'm not afraid of spiders, I would say. And it does freak out a lot of people, even cockroaches. I used to find it very, very hilarious that big, strong folks are afraid of a cockroach. Even my kids say that some of their friends really freak out when they spot a cockroach. And did you know that cockroaches are one of the oldest, longest living species on the globe? And very rightfully so, because they are very resistant to a lot of stuff. So I think it makes sense that they survived a lot over the centuries of the whole earth and its survival. So cockroaches are I think they are the oldest. And I don't go ahead and invite them to my house, but if they happen to be around, but I do get my pest control done routinely, but I don't freak out, I don't scream, I don't, it does freak out a lot of people. So let's try and see if we can bring some more of those yeah, elements, and moving the tree might be a good idea at this point, because it just takes up a lot of the space in that, right in the middle of that Dutch door. And the sticker, I don't know, for some reason it came out as 2 pieces, so I'm sure it was something clumsy I did. So that is our cat sitting right there with some potions and the rat peeking in. I think that combo came together very cute. It was not intentional, as you saw, but I think it came out very cute. So I'll just lift that letter so that can be in the forefront. And that is going to be our next set of elements. So I think we can use that balloon cluster right there, right next to the cat. And we do have some of these other clusters also. We could always come and cut them into smaller individual pieces or multiple pieces, anything of that sort. And I think I will just use a couple here and there just to fill some of that white space. And that looks really weird. Yeah, so where else could we have that? And it is starting to look really cute, and I like how the balloons can be, just one sticker can be used in multiple places. So that is some more repositioning with the bats, and we will place that coat right there. Yeah, I think that's all that's needed to be visible from the other page. And we have the bats flying from all over the place, and we can always go ahead and do some surgery with that one also. So all these elements can be combined in different ways. And let me know how you're liking this. Do you like it like so, just as it is? Or do you like it with the ink that will come in now? So we'll have one more of that bat right there. And I will have another one of those. But for that face, I don't think that looks good. So that's why I'm having to go to the center of the page, because I don't like how that looks. I tried again, but yeah, that looks really off. So let's just put it like so. And what else? I still am not liking the remaining white space here, because I think it needs a touch of the inks. And I'm not doing much to the bottom part of the pages either, because I thought I should leave the space for my friend to journal. So I think I will leave it at that. And yes, that space can definitely be filled. And that looks full enough with the stickers we can bring in. So now, yeah, let's just press it down and make sure it is all nice and secure. And we will bring maybe one of these half and half washi tapes, and they were part of the fragrant memories from the washi tape shop that came as a freebie when I picked up some goodies. So I have a few of these colors which I think will look good. These half and half washi tapes really bring both the colors in together. So I'm going with the orange and black, and I'm just going to put it down on the bottom of the very first page, and that's it. I think that will be good enough. And let me know how you like this. Do you like it without this bottom washi tape, or do you think it just adds a little bit of something? So I think I like it better this way. So I'm going to just trim the corner, just cutting off what's sticking off the page. And I like how this came together. Again, this was different from what I had thought. And I had been wanting to do this arched thing, but this was not exactly how I had planned on doing it. And I thought I was done. And when I stood up, turned off the video and stood up and took a look at it, I knew that it needed something. And that something had to be something other than stickers. So what do you think? So I'm back with the black suit distress oxide, and I love to bring these in once in a while, and I do have full tutorials on how we can get started, what you need, and how you can be careful and be very mindful of where you put the inks, because you do not want these all over your working surface or your journals. So I'll have all that information in the tutorials, which is linked below. Please check it out and let me know how you like this. So do you like it with the inks? Let's just dab a few extra times before we head on to the page, and just going ahead and bringing some of that spookiness just with that touch of the ink. You see how it transforms. So I'm just going ahead and doing those inks around the edges of the page and all these Dutch doors that we made. Again, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification, and don't forget to check out the other videos I have going on. And please come follow me on Instagram. As I mentioned, lots of videos and fun pictures to check out, and I do tend to share a bit more over there, so please check that out. And that is going to be one final dusting of those inks right next to all these elements we have going on. I'm not lifting any of the stickers, as if you can see. You could do it that way too, but I just wanted to keep it very simple here. And that's going to be, again, I'm just turning the pages and going and dabbing some of those inks right where there is a lot of white space. And you see just at that edge I did, and it did create some of that spooky, ghosty kind of outline to that house, which is okay. You can come and add something else there, but I thought that's good enough. And let me know what you think. And I think it did come out much cuter with that ink thrown in. And just those finishing touches are what really pulls the spread together. Any spread for that matter. What do you think? Just let me know in the comments. Especially brushing against the edges of these pages, I think it does make a lot of difference. And I really love how you can call it spooky if you look at it that way. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.